धावा जयो कुंज बिहारी जयो गोपीजन वल्लभा गिरिवराधारी यशोधानंदन व्रज जन रंजन यशोधानंदन व्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरावनचारी जय राधा माधवा जयो कुंज विहारी जय राधा माधवा जयो कुंज बिहारी हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranams.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam. Hare
Mataji,
Krishna.
thank you so much for accepting today's to take this session in a very short period of time. Thank you so much, Mataji, for your
Hare
wonderful.
Krishna. Thank you for the seva, and I hope to do some justice because Nupur Mataji messaged to me late night. So whatever best possible, I'll try to do, Mataji's. Thank you.
So much. Hare Krishna.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udhirayet. नष्टप्रायेष्वभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्य ईश्वरम् हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण Mataji and Prabhus. Mataji, somebody can share the screen. Yes, we are going to do the fourth canto, 14th chapter, and from 25th verse onwards, we are going to read today the pastime of the story of King Vena. So we will first read the shlokas and word to word in translation, and later we'll go through and discuss the purpose. The 25th text, O Yagna Purusho Nama Yatra Vo Bhakti Ridrishi Bhartrasneha Viduranam Yatha Jare Kuyoshitam. Somebody can read the synonyms and the translation.
Anita Mataji, you can read the synonyms. And Nemisha can read the translation. Hare Krishna.
Synonyms. Vaha, who is Yagna Purushaha, the enjoyer of all sacrifices. Nama, by name. Yatra, unto whom. Vaha, your. Bhaktihi, devotion service. Idrishi, so great. Bhartr, for the husband. Sneha, affection. Viduranam, bereft of. Yata, like. Jare, unto the paramour. Koyoshitam, of unchaste women.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. You are so much devoted to the demigods, but who are they? Indeed, your affection for these demigods is exactly like the affection of an unchaste woman who neglects her married life and gives all her attention to her paramour. Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna. Somebody can read the 26th, 27th text.
Barnali Mataji. Hare Krishna, Barnali says
Mataji, Dandavat Pranams. Should I read the shlokas?
Yes, shloka. Yes, please read the shloka, Mataji.
Okay, Mataji. Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranams. Vishnu Virincho Girisa Indruvayurya Moravi Parjanya Dhanada Soma Shitir Agnir Apampati Ete Channe Cha Vibhuta Prabhavo Varasapayo Dehe Bhavanti Nipate Sarvadeva Mayo Nipa. Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Mataji, Dandavat Pranams.
Dandavat.
Vrishabhanu Mataji, you can read the synonyms.
Hare Krishna, Pranam Mataji. Vishnu, Lord Vishnu. What is the Mataji?
Virinchaha. Virinchaha.
Virinchaha, Lord Brahma, Girisha, Lord Shiva, Indra, Lord Indra, Vadhu,
Vayu.
Vayu, the director of the air, Yama, the superintendent of death, Ravi, the son of God, Parjanya, the director of rainfall, Dhanadha, Kuvera, the treasurer, Soma, the moon god, Kish,
Kshitihi.
Kshitihi, the predominating deity of the earth, Agni, the fire god, Apam Patiha, Varuna, the lord of water, etc. All these, Cha, and Anya, other, Cha, also, oh, Vi, Vivudaha, demigod, Prabhavaha, competent, Vara Sapyo, in both benediction, the curse, Dehe, in the body, Bhavanti, abide, Nripati, of the king, Sarva Devya Maha, Sarva Devamyaha, comprising all demigods, Rupaha, the king. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Archana Mataji, you can read the translation, and Gopika Mataji can read the purport.
Hare Krishna, Pranams Mataji. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Lord Vishnu, Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, Lord Indra, Vayu, the master of air, Yama, the superintendent of death, the sun god, the director of rainfall, Kuvera, the treasurer, the moon god, the predominating deity of earth, Agni, the fire god, Varuna, the lord of waters, and all others who are great and competent to bestow benedictions or to curse, all abide in the body of the king. For this reason, the king is known as the reservoir of all demigods, who are simply parts and parcels of the king's body. Hare Krishna.
Next verse.
Hare Krishna. Do I read purport?
Purport is
No need of purport. We'll go through when we are actually discussing the shlokas. So now you can read the next shloka.
yes, Gopika Mataji. Okay.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Pranam. Text 28. Tasman mam karma bir vipra yajtvam gata sara balam cham mahayam harata mato nya ko graha puman. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes. Hare Krishna.
You can read the synonyms as well, because nobody else has raised their hand.
Okay. Tasmat for this reason. Mum, me. Karma be. The by ritualistic activities. Vipra or Brahmanas. Yajadvam, worship. Gata, without. Matsura, being envious. Balyam, paraphernalia for worship. Cha, also. Mahamyam, unto me. Harata, bring. Mata, then me. Anya, other. Ka, who is. Agra, book. The enjoyer of the first appellations, Umar, personality. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Sharmila Mataji, you can read the translation.
Hare Krishna. Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. King Vena continued, for this reason, O Brahmanas, you should abandon your envy of me, and by your ritualistic activities, you should worship me and offer me all paraphernalia. If you are intelligent, you should know that there is no personality superior to me who can accept the first oblations of all sacrifice. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Next verse.
Krishnamurti Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Pranams Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Pranam Prabhu.
Maitreya uvacha ittam viparyayo matihe papiyanutpatam gataha anuniyamanastajancha na chakre brashta mangalaha. Hare Krishna Mataji, Pranams Mataji.
Kripamayi Sita Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Synonyms, Mataji.
Synonyms is Mataji, and translation also.
Hare Krishna. The synonyms translation purport by Prabhupada Kiji. Maitreya Uvacha. Maitreya said, Itam das Viprayayam Maitihi, one who has developed perceived intelligence. Papiyan, most sinful. Utpadam, from the right path. Gataha, having gone. Ananya Yamanaha, being offered in all respect. Yachinam, Tat Yachinam, by the request of the sages, not Chakre accepted. Prastra, benefit of Mangalaha, all good fortune. Translation, shall I continue, Mataji?
No need,
Mataji,
Mataji.
somebody else has-
That's when we are summarizing.
Thank you. Thank you, Mataji.
And translation, Mataji.
Translation they can read. I thought Mataji is asking purport.
Translation. The translation. The great sage Maitreya continued, thus the king who became unintelligent due to his sinful life and deviation from the right path, became actually bereft of all good fortune. He could not accept the request of the great sages, which the sages put before him with great respect, and therefore he was condemned. Thank you, Mataji Dandatma.
30th verse.
Meena Prem Mataji. Hare Krishna. Meena Prem Mataji. Mataji, then shall I read?
Hare Krishna, everybody. Please take the turns for reading quickly, please.
Mataji, I will read. Iti te shatkritashtena dvija pandita manina bhagnayam bhavyayachana yaknayam tasmai vidura chukruduhu. Anybody want to read the translation and meanings? Synonyms?
Mataji, I can read it.
Yes. Gopika Mataji, Hare Krishna.
The word to word. Iti, thus, they, all sages. Asat, krita, being insulted. Tena, by the king. Dvija, the brahmanas. Pandita manina, thinking himself to be very learned. Bhagnayam, being broken. Bhavya, auspicious. Yachanyam, the request. Tasmai, at him. Vidura, O Vidura. Chakruda, they became very angry. Thank you, Mataji.
You can read the translation also, Gopika. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. By my dear Vidura, all good fortune unto you. The foolish king, who thought himself very learned, thus insulted the great sages, and sages being broken-hearted by the king's words, became very angry at him. Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, can I read Mataji?
Please go ahead.
Yes, 631. Annetam is Annetam itam esha papaha prakurti darunaha जीवनाग जगत asaya aso kurate भस्मसाद ध्रुवम. Annetam kill him. Annetam kill him. Eshaha, this king. Papaha, representative of sin. Prakriti, my nature. By nature. Darunaha, most dreadful. Jeevan, while living. Jagat, the whole world. Asahu, he. Ashu, very soon. Kurate, will make. Basmasat, into ashes. Dhruva, certainly. Translation. Purport by Sri Prabhupada ki Jai. All the great saintly sages immediately cried, "Kill him, kill him. He is the most dreadful, sinful person. If he lives, he will certainly turn the whole world into ashes in no time." But saintly persons are...
It is not needed, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Okay, Mataji. Okay, thank you, Mataji.
Only Mataji, will you read the next verse?
Mataji, you can read some audio issues on my end.
Okay, yes, I will. Nayam arhatya asadvrutto naradeva varasanam yodhi yajna patim vishnum vinindatyana patrapaha. Synonyms in translation by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Na, never. I am this man. Arhati deserves. Asatvritaha, full of impious activities. Naradeva, of the worldly king or worldly god. Varaasanam, the exalted throne. Yaha, he who. Adhiyajna patim, the master of all sacrifices. Vishnum, Lord Vishnu. Vinindati, insults. Anapatrapaha, shameless. Hare Krishna, anybody want to read the translation?
I can read, Mataji. Can I?
Yes, Mataji, please.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, Dandavat Pranams. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. The saintly sages continued, "This impious, impudent man does not deserve to sit on the throne at all. He is so shameless that he even dared insult the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Vishnu." Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Dandavat Pranams.
Mataji, you muted.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, you're in mute.
Now can you hear me, Mataji?
Yes, Mataji.
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
Mataji.
Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. We'll go through the verses and see what Prabhupada has given a commentary about all these verses. This is the pastime, the story of King Vena. And what is the background of King Vena? Was he a very pious religious king? Yes, Gopika Radha Mataji. How was King Vena?
He was like a very, very bad king.
Okay. He was not following religious principles. He was very mischievous. Then why was he made a king? In what circumstances was he made a king?
Because Vena's dad, he went to the forest. Okay. Because he became very ashamed of his child, so he went to the forest, and then I think Sunita, his mom was,
Yes,
so
his mother was Sunita.
Yeah, so she had no option to make, but had to make Vena incarnate him as the next king.
If a kingdom has no king, then there's always a danger. There is a threat from other enemy kingdoms, and the citizens will suffer if there is no king. So the sages thought that this kingdom should have a king. So though King Vena was not fit, sages temporarily made him a king. So when King Vena took over the throne, he was not adhering to the religious principles. And in fact, he started giving up on all the religious practices. And he was actually condemning the rishis and munis even for performing sacrifices. Now we will see in the coming shloka 25th. Mataji, can you go to the translation? He was, in fact, very harshly speaking to the rishis and munis when they came to him and said, "You have to perform religious sacrifices. It is the duty of the king." And why should one perform religious sacrifices? Yes, Mataji, anybody can answer why sacrifices are important.
Mataji, can I say?
Yeah, 1 second, Gopika Radha. Somebody else has tried to answer, then I'll come back to you. Yeah.
Hare Krishna, to satisfy the God, to make...
Yes, to satisfy the Supreme Lord. Yes, Gopika Mataji, you're saying something?
I wanted to say something else, that that doing a yagna, it invokes piousness in the kingdom.
Yeah. See, performing sacrifices is part of the duties of the Varnashrama Dharma. Sacrifices are meant, yagnas are meant to satisfy the Supreme Lord. And when the Supreme Lord is satisfied, all the demigods, who are the controllers, who are the maintainers of this universe, the various departments in this universe are satisfied. And with the cooperation of the demigods and the humans, there will be harmony, peace, abundance of everything on the Bhuloka, in everybody's kingdom. So kings were expected to perform sacrifice for the well-being of everybody, for abundance of everything in their kingdom. And King Vena was actually stopping all the sages from performing those sacrifices. And then he spoke to them like this: "You're so much devoted to the demigod, but who are they? Indeed, your affection for these demigods is exactly like the affection of an unchaste woman who neglects her married life and gives all attention to her paramour." So he was saying that all the rishis and munis are so much devoted to the demigods. Instead, they should be very much attached and devoted to me. And his comparison, his analogy is that you are like an unchaste woman who is not interested in her husband and her married life, but is giving attention to her paramour, her lover. So in fact, he says, I am here, your king. You all should be devoted to me, serving me, satisfying me, but you are neglecting me and busy, or rather you're going behind the demigods to please them. Then coming to the 26th to 27th verse, Mataji's come down. Lord Vishnu, Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, Lord Indra, Vayu, the master of air, Yama, the superintendent of death, the sun god, the director of rainfall, Kuvera, the treasurer, the moon god, the predominating deity of earth, Agni, the fire god, Varuna, the lord of waters, and all others who are great and competent to bestow benedictions or to curse, all abide in the body of the king. For this reason, the king is known as the reservoir of all demigods, who are simply parts and parcels of the king's body. Yes. There is one verse in Bhagavad Gita which speaks about who is a king. Yes, anybody can tell me that verse and which chapter? King is a very, very important person. Krishna himself has told about the importance of a king. Anybody remembers? Yes.
Yadyad Adharati Sreshtas.
Okay, that's fine, Mataji. But who is a king?
Mataji, is it Ambarish?
Not like that, Mataji. I'll just give you a hint. In Vibhuti Yogam, in the 10th chapter, Opulence of the Absolute, there's a mention about the king. Okay. Anybody? .27. 10.27. If anybody has the verse, can read it. Or shall I read it?
Krishna.
Yeah, read Mataji. Sharmila Mataji.
Uchchai Shravasam Ashwanam Viddimam Amrito Bhavam Airavatam Gajendranam Naranam Cha Naradipam.
Naranam Cha Naradipam. Among men, I am the monarch. I am the king. Krishna is saying, among men, I am the king. So king on Bhuloka is the representative of the Supreme Lord. He is the representative of the Supreme Lord. So king, Krishna is saying, I am the king. Kings are the maintainers of the king, not only the kingdom. You have kings who are the maintainers of this universe. You have the kings who are maintaining the entire Bhuloka. Because when Yudhishthir Maharaj became the king, he was the king of the entire Bhuloka. There are so many other kings who became the king of the entire Bhuloka. Then you have kings of the universe. So king is the representative of Krishna. But in King Vena's case, he is directly saying that he himself is the Supreme Lord. So the justification, what he is giving is that all the demigods are the, are part and parcels of the king's body. But king himself is the representative of the Supreme Lord. But the king should never think he is the Supreme Lord. So Prabhupada has given the commentary that there are many demons who think of themselves as the supreme and present themselves as the directors of sun, moon, and other planets. This is all due to false pride. Similarly, King Vena developed the demonic mentality and presented himself as the supreme personality of Godhead. Such demons are numerous in this age of Kali, and all of them are condemned by great sages and saintly persons. So, the very demonic mentality, if you go to the 16th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, the verse which speaks about the demonic mentality, 16th chapter, if you go to the very fourth verse speaks about demonic mentality. Dambo darpo abhimanascha krodha parushamevacha ajnanam chabhijatasya partha sampadam asurim. So the first quality of a person with demonic mentality is pride, dambaha. Dambaha, and then darpaha, arrogance, abhimanaha, conceit, krodaha, anger, parushyam, he has harshness, ajnanam, ignorance, abhijatasya, one who is born of. These are the qualities of a demonic person, a person who is having demonic nature. So pride is what is the very first quality of people of demonic nature. So what is the practical application we can learn from this, Mataji? Pride. Do we all have pride in some percentage?
Yes, Mataji.
Yes,
Yes.
Mataji.
Yes. So Naimisha, what is the pride you have? What do you think? Yes. What is the pride we have, Matajis?
Hare Krishna Mataji, self-glorification and to show ourselves is the great.
Yes. Self-glorification. We are this, we are that, we have done this, we have done that. Yes. Naimisha, you want to say something? Okay. She switched off the mic. Okay. Anybody else? What else is the pride we have?
Mataji, can I say?
Yeah, Gopika Mataji, yes.
That thing the pride we had that we want to tell other people that we know something.
We want to tell?
Other people that we know something and get a bit
We know
puffed
something.
up.
We are very knowledgeable. We have, we have got so much of qualifications, or we have the pride that we belong to so-and-so family, we stay in so-and-so place. So that is all pride. And pride is the very cause of downfall. Pride will cause degradation in our lives. So one should become prideless. So Krishna, in the 13th chapter, when he discusses, in fact, even when he discusses divine qualities, he says they're prideless people, humble people. The people who have divine nature, they have no pride. They just identify themselves as the servants of the Supreme Lord, and they just don't have any pride. They have no other identification except that they are servitors of the Lord. They are humble. So even in 13th chapter, 8 to 12 verses, when Krishna speaks about real knowledge, what does he say? Amanitvam adambitvam. That means humility and pridelessness. You can just open the shloka where Krishna is saying, yes, 8 to 12, humility and pridelessness are actually the real qualities, the divine qualities one should have, or one should aim to possess. Unless and until one doesn't become humble, one doesn't become prideless, one will never be able to elevate himself to the spiritual platform. Pride and arrogance will bind us and degrade us in our material existence. Yes. Now going back to the shloka of King Vena. Yes, Mataji, you can go back to the verse. 26, 27. Yeah, Mataji, come down to the translation. Yeah, so we have finished this verse, and we know that king is the representative of the Supreme Lord. But here, King Vena, instead of thinking he is the representative of the Lord, started behaving like he himself is the Supreme Lord. Coming to the next verse. Yes, come down further, Mataji. King Vena continued, "For this reason, O Brahmanas, you should abandon your envy of me, and by your ritualistic activities, you should worship me and offer me all paraphernalia. If you are intelligent, you should know that there is no personality superior to me who can accept the first oblations of all sacrifices." Who is the Supreme? Bhagavad Gita, Krishna himself has said it, and even the great realized saints have realized it and said that Krishna is the supreme truth, absolute truth. There is nobody superior to Krishna. But here, Vena was imitating the Supreme Personality of Godhead and was also speaking out of false pride, presenting himself as the Supreme Lord. These are all the characteristics of a demonic person. Yes, this particular quality where the soul or any Jivatma is envious of Krishna, of the Supreme Lord, and he thinks he's above the Lord, is mentioned by Krishna in the 16th chapter, in the verse where he says and speaks about demonic qualities. The verse is, I'll give you the verse number, 18. Mataji, 16.18, the verse which speaks about the very mentality of demonic people, which King Vena has exhibited. Ahankaram, balam darpam, kamam krodam cha samashritaha, mamatma paradeheshu, pradvishanto abhyasuyakaha. The translation, yes, somebody can read the translation.
Mataji, can I read?
Yeah, please read.
Bewildered by false ego, strength, pride, lust, anger, demons become enemies of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is situated in their own bodies and in the bodies of others, and blaspheme against the religion. Hare Krishna.
Yes, come to the purport, Mataji. Prabhupada has explained that demonic person is always against God's supremacy and does not believe in the scriptures. He is envious of the scriptures and also existence of the Supreme Lord. And this is because of pride, the prestige and his accumulation of wealth and strength. So he basically, because of pride and arrogance and not believing in scriptures, becoming envious of scriptures, and even they become envious of the Lord, they kind of declare themselves the Supreme Lords. And this is what exactly King Vena was doing now. They don't care for the Supreme Lord. They will not acknowledge the supremacy of the Lord, the power and control of the Lord, and think they are the ones who can control. And we have examples of so many demons, the kings who have opposed the Lord, arguing that they are the supreme. We have Hiranyakashipu who did it. We have Ravan who did it. And then we have even Bali Maharaj. Of course, Bali Maharaj is a great devotee, but still he was also kind of expressing his supremacy when he chased away Indra from heaven and he was troubling everybody in the universe. And the point is that because of their pride, they deny the scriptural authority and they feel they are independent, they are powerful. And then they challenge the Lord, and that actually causes their downfall. And he plans that he can do anything and he achieves it. So my question is, Mataji, is when somebody is filled with pride and he's acting on his own will, like how Hiranyakashipu acted or Ravan acted, why does the Lord just keep observing and not doing anything? 1 second, Mataji. Yes. Sorry, Mataji. Yes, please continue. When particularly somebody is behaving out of pride and arrogance. Why is the Lord just observing it? Yes, Mataji. Why is it that he doesn't punish them immediately?
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes, Mataji.
Prabhupada gives this example of a son and a father. Son is continuously asking the father that father is saying you will live, probably say, go to a good school, study and become big and be successful in life. But the son is continuously telling, I just want to play video games, I want to eat chips, I want to just watch TV. And father, how much ever he tries, he is not listening. So father is forced to give him those facilities.
Okay. Yes. So give him the facilities for what, Mataji?
So that the son satisfies his own desires, which are not that of the father.
Okay.
So
yeah. So by that, what happens? Will the son change?
So that is how we have also come to this material world, to enjoy on our own without the will of Krishna. But Krishna is also so merciful that he sends acharyas and Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam. He's not the father is so merciful.
Yes. Okay. What Mataji is saying is Krishna, because of our desire to enjoy, he is facilitating it, but at the same time, he is sending us all the acharyas and the scriptures to correct ourselves, to rectify ourselves, and actually come to the real realization. And for the demons also, why Krishna is allowing them to do whatever they want, so that he will go on giving them an opportunity to transform somehow or the other. But when they don't, and when their sins, when their sinful actions actually become mature, then the Lord himself descends to punish them, or rather they get punishment in different ways. So for that time period, the Lord gives them the liberty to do whatever they want to. Like how he left Hiranyakashipu to behave the way he wanted to, and at last he appeared as Nrsimha Avatar and he did kill him. Ravan, he became the ruler, and he was actually, controlling all the devatas. Yamaraj and everybody else were actually standing in his own sabha, and they were all obeying to what Ravan said. But after a point, he was killed by Lord Ramachandra. So the Lord waits for the right time. And in the meantime, he keeps giving them the opportunity. But with pride, the people with demonic mentality never rectify themselves, and that will cause their ultimate degradation. So King Vena was also imitating the Supreme Lord. And out of false pride, he was saying that there is nobody superior to me. So first, I am the one who is going to accept all the oblations of the sacrifice. You don't have to do the sacrifices for anybody else's satisfaction. Do it only to me. Yes, coming to the next shloka, 29th verse. The great sage Maitreya continued, as the king who became unintelligent due to his sinful life and deviation from the right path became actually bereft of all good fortune. He could not accept the requests of the great sages, which the sages put before him with great respect, and therefore he was condemned. So what happens is that people with a demonic mentality, because they don't have faith in the scriptures, they don't accept any good counsel or good advice from anybody, they actually are unintelligent, and because of the sinful activities they indulge in, they completely deviate from the right path. And when they deviate from the right path, they are bereft of all good fortune. Sinful activities will actually bereave us from all the good fortune and will cause the downfall. The example of Ravan. Ravan was a jnani, a greatly realized soul. He had so many boons and benedictions from Brahma and Shiva. He was ardent worshipper of Shiva. Shiva blessed him with so many boons. But all his good fortune, he was opulent. He had, the golden Lanka. He was controlling the demigods. He was having all the good fortune. But he became bereft of all good fortune only because of one single act. And what is that? What is that act?
Abducted Mother Sita.
But yes. Actually, abducting Mother Sita. Kidnapping others' wife is the biggest sin and offense, and one is punished with death. If you see the Kauravas at least had half the kingdom. They had Hastinapur, but as usual, Duryodhan's envy to have the entire kingdom, which even the Pandavas had, and that envy led to so many other sinful actions which the Kauravas performed, especially Duryodhan performed, and the last string was insulting Draupadi. Draupadi's insult actually caused the downfall of the Kauravas. All the good fortune they had was wiped away because of an insult of such a great exalted devotee like Draupadi. So the king Vena now became bereft of all good fortune because of his sinful life. And he was not accepting the requests of the great sages. He was in fact insulting them, disobeying them. So Prabhupada has mentioned that the demons, they will not have any faith in the words of authorities. They will be disrespectful towards the authorities. They have their own religion. They will disobey great personalities like Vyasa, Narada, even Supreme Lord. Yes. Does anybody have an example who had disobeyed Vyasa and caused his own downfall? Yes, Mataji, example? Whom did Vyasadeva give instruction to save the kingdom and stop the war? Yes, Archana Mataji?
Is it Dhritarashtra?
Yes, Dhritarashtra. He comes even before the battle starts and instructs Dhritarashtra that somehow or the other you are the king. Stop your son from this foolishness. And when Dhritarashtra says, my son doesn't listen to me, he says, what is the punishment you give to a citizen who is disobeying the king? You have to imprison him or you have to punish him to death. But Dhritarashtra, overwhelmed with his love and affection for his son, just followed whatever his son said. And then Vyasadeva said, now that you're not behaving like a king and you're disobeying the religious principles, you will see your own destruction. So when one disobeys great personalities, disobeys the Supreme Lord, they will degrade themselves. So how does one disobey the Supreme Lord? Can anybody give me the example? Disobeying the Supreme Lord. Are we all obeying the Supreme Lord?
Hare Krishna,
Yes,
Mataji.
Mataji. Yes, Mataji. Prabhu?
Duryodhana himself.
Huh, Prabhu?
Duryodhana.
Duryodhana disobeyed. I'm asking, are we obeying the Supreme Lord? No worries.
Trying to follow.
Sometimes, Mataji.
Sometimes trying to. Disobeying Krishna means not following Bhagavad Gita.
The regulative principles.
Yes, Divya Mataji?
By not following the regulative principles, we are
Not following
breaking
the regulative principles. Yes, then. Prabhu has said Duryodhan did not obey Krishna. Ravan did not obey Lord Ramachandra when he was very humbly asking him to return Sita Devi. But we also as Jivas, are we obeying the Lord? Sometimes trying to. But what happens if we don't? We degrade ourselves. Rather, we will be bound in this material world. Krishna's instructions, Krishna's teachings is to liberate us from our material existence and attain the eternal spiritual world, which is our original Satchidananda Swarupa. But if we don't follow Krishna's instructions, we will be bound in this material world. And here it is mentioned, as soon as one disobeys authority, he immediately becomes very sinful and loses his good fortune. So by not following Shastra, the instructions of Krishna, we actually lose the very good fortune of going back to the spiritual abode of Krishna. So if you see the characteristics of pure devotional service mentioned in Nectar of Devotion, the very first characteristics of pure devotional service is Shubhada, all auspiciousness, all good fortune. Because when we come out of this material existence, we attain our original blissful state. That is the supreme fortune. We all look, for anything good and auspicious in the material world. but there is nothing auspicious, nothing good in this little world, because ultimately everything results in misery. So disobeying the Supreme Lord will entangle us, bind us. So by following the instructions of Krishna and our acharyas and our gurus, we actually are doing good for ourselves. So in King Vena's case, the king was so puffed up and impudent that he dared disrespect the great saintly personalities, and this brought him ruination. So next shloka, we will see what happens to King Vena. My dear Vidur, all good fortune unto you. The foolish king who thought himself very learned thus insulted the great sages, and the sages, being broken-hearted by the king's words, became very angry at him. Saintly people, do they get angry? Should they get angry? Yes. They say, saintly qualities are that you have, control over your senses, you are tolerant. Krishna mentions in the 13th chapter, 8 to 12 verses, that tolerance is one of the qualities, is a divine quality. But here the sages got angry. So is it justified for saintly people to get angry?
In this case, because he didn't want to obey them, he didn't want to listen to them.
Correct. So it is justified. Who else? Who are other rishis and munis who got angry and cursed? Example?
Mataji, Agastya Muni.
Agastya Muni cursed whom?
Indradyumna Maharaj.
Indradyumna Maharaj. Yes. Then next. Very good example. Then.
Narada Muni cursed Manikuvara and
Griva. Yes. Yes. Then who else?
Durvasa Muni.
Durvasa Muni. Durvasa Muni is that angry rishi, he'll get angry
all the time.
All the time he's angry. But of course, his anger also caused him so much trouble when he, had encountered Ambarish Maharaj, who was so tolerant, a pure devotee of the Lord. So rishis and munis getting angry is also beneficial to the jiva. Whoever gets cursed or punished by rishis and munis, actually it is a benediction for them. We saw how Nala Kubera and Manigriva actually got liberation. And they got the darshan of the Supreme Lord, although they were not qualified. It is only because of the mercy of Narada Muni. Indradyumna Maharaj, though he was cursed, not very much justified, but later when he got the form of Gajendra, he was relieved, he got liberation. He went back Sarupya Mukti to Vaikuntha Loka. So the anger, the punishment, the chastisement of the great saintly people is also their mercy. So here the rishis getting angry on King Vena is justified because he was not obeying the scriptures or not obeying any good counsel. And then what did they do? 31. All saintly sages immediately cried, kill him, kill him. He is the most dreadful, sinful person. If he lives, he will certainly turn the whole world into ashes in no time. So, because this king was telling everybody to pray to him, to perform sacrifices to satisfy him, the great sages got very angry and they said, kill him. He's the most dreadful, he's the most sinful person. He is going to destroy the whole world into ashes. So better we turn him into ashes. So Prabhupada has also given a commentary that saintly persons are generally very kind to all kinds of living entities. But they are not unhappy when a serpent or a scorpion is killed. It is not good for saintly persons to kill, but they are encouraged to kill demons who are exactly like serpents and scorpions. Therefore, all the saintly sages decided to kill King Vena, who was so dreadful and dangerous to all human society. We can appreciate the extent to which the saintly sages actually control the king. If the king or government becomes demonic, it is the duty of a saintly person to upset the government and replace it with deserving persons who follow the orders and instructions of saintly persons. So in the Varnashrama Dharma, Varna Dharma, Brahmanas are above the Kshatriyas. Brahmanas are the head of the Supreme Lord. And all the other varnas below the Brahmanas, the Kshatriya, Shudra, and the Vaishyas are supposed to follow the instructions of Brahmanas. Why, Mataji, the Brahmanas are given the topmost position?
Because
Krishna
they are
himself says it. Yes, Mataji, Padma Mataji?
yeah, because they are intelligent and then they guide the rulers.
Yes.
Because they are the head of in our body also we say.
They are? Padma
the
Mataji,
head.
your voice is not clear.
Yeah, they are the
They
head
have
of the
full
body.
knowledge of the scriptures and they have
Knowledge, yeah.
a full belief in Lord Mataji.
They are
They have
having the knowledge of the scriptures. They
and
are
they're completely surrendered to the Lord.
Lord. They are the servitors of the Lord. Yes, then.
And then they know what's right.
They
know what's right.
They know what is right. They have the knowledge of the scriptures. They are the one. Yes, Mataji? Paripurna Mataji?
They give direction to the entire society.
Yes.
Like what if suppose a Vaishya is earning very well and making so much money in the business, but how that money should be used?
Yes.
Only the Brahmanas can give the right direction.
Yes. According to
Mataji, they are the mouth of the...
They are mouth of the Supreme Lord. Correct. The Supreme Lord accepts all the offerings through the Brahmanas. So even Krishna is very much favorable and is very much merciful on the Brahmanas. The very mantra, Go Brahmanya Hitayacha. Krishna is the well-wisher of the Brahmanas and cows. So Brahmanas are the ones who are the guides to everybody else. So even the kings who are the rulers take their advice, their guidance to perform all the activities. All the kings have got kul gurus or kul purohits who used to guide them according to Shastra. Like we have Dashrath Maharaj who had Vashishta Muni as his kul guru. Then we have in the Kauravas, Dhritarashtra had Kripacharya, though he was not listening to them. So when one doesn't listen to the advice of the Brahmanas or kul gurus, the purohits, that will cause their downfall. So here, then it becomes the duty of the saintly persons to remove such a person who is against the religious principles and then reinstate a person who is deserving, who is capable of ruling, following the orders and instructions of Shastra and saintly persons. So in this case, the saintly persons then decided to remove King Vena. Coming to the last verse of today, 32 verse. 32. The saintly sages continued, this impious, impudent man does not deserve to sit on the throne at all. He is so shameless that he even dared insult the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Vishnu. The first part is that a person who is not deserving, is impudent, the saintly people should remove. Prabhupada also mentions that in Kali Yuga, we see so many undeserving people sitting in the capacity to govern, to rule, to take care. But is it possible in Kali Yuga to remove such people, Mataji? Although we say we are in a democracy, we can vote and we can elect. Is it really possible?
No, Mataji.
Impossible,
No,
Mataji.
Very difficult.
In Kali Yuga, already it's a yuga of all, such anomalies, such a degraded age. We will see that such undeserving people will be sitting and ruling all of this. But what is the choice the saintly people have? Yes, Mataji, what is the choice they have?
We have to suffer, Mataji, that's all.
Prabhu, we have to suffer. Okay, then what else?
What else? No, nothing will happen. You please see in
Teaching is the choice.
Bengal is burning like anything. Who will take? So
Yes.
we were thinking, we were suffering. That beyond that we can't able to do that, Mataji.
Okay.
Great
Anyway,
curse.
we don't have the power and authority to fight and remove all these unscrupulous people. So by this, what we can realize and do, Mataji, is that we develop surrender to the Supreme Lord and we develop that kind of urgency to go back to the Supreme Lord.
And we
We
depend
all
on
know
him.
about Krishna consciousness. Yes, Mataji?
We can
We
spread
depend on
Krishna consciousness, Mataji,
Okay.
to near and dear ones.
Yes, we can reach to near and dear ones. So by really, yes, Mataji?
completely depend on him, on Krishna
Completely
Mataji.
depend on the Supreme Lord. So by seeing whatever is happening around us, and also as the Kali Yuga is going to progress into Ghor Kali Yuga, and the anomalies and all the kinds of degradation will be seen to even larger extents, we have to develop this urgent desire to go back. The urgency should increase, that we shouldn't be in this material world, in this Dukhalayam, and instead go back to the Supreme Lord. We all have the knowledge of Krishna consciousness. We know this is not our place, but do we feel the urgency to go back?
Yeah, of course.
You're
Yes,
feeling.
Mataji.
When you
Go
feel the
back,
urgency, what should you be doing?
dedicate and chant properly.
Mature in your
Become more-
sadhana and your bhakti. Become more and more mature in your sadhana and bhakti. This Vyasa Puja, His Holiness Jayapataka Guru Maharaj was saying that you are doing your sadhanas. That is the basic vow of every disciple. But you have to grow further from only your daily sadhanas to maturing in your bhakti. What is the meaning of maturing in bhakti? What is the meaning, Matajis? Anybody?
Mataji, to progress in your bhakti.
To progress in your bhakti. To become completely engaged in bhakti.
Serious in bhakti.
Yes. To give up everything else with one pointed focus, with only agenda that this is the very lifetime I want to go back to Krishna.
Ananya Chintayanto Mam.
Yes, Ananya Chintayanto Mam. And Manmanava Mad Bhakta, always remembering Krishna, that in this very lifetime I should go back. See, we cannot change what is happening around us. We don't have the power and strength, because unlike the sages who had the siddhis and the power through their mantras, now they are going to burn King Vena away to ashes. Saintly sages, their Siddha Purushas, they had that. We don't have that. So what we can do is we can focus on our bhakti, our sadhana, and leave this material world. And second aspect of this shloka is also very important, that he's so shameless that he even dared insult the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So one should not at any time tolerate blasphemy and insults against Lord Vishnu or his devotees. Even Nectar of Devotion speaks about it. What should one do when one hears the blasphemy of the Lord or his devotees? What are the things one has to do, Mataji? Nectar of Devotion speaks about it.
We have to leave the place immediately, Mataji.
If he's not able to
Yes,
argue,
Mataji,
then
one
we
at a
can.
time.
If we are not able to argue,
Yes,
then we can
Mataji.
leave the place, or we
You
can.
have to leave the place.
We should do suicide if we cannot hear about it. But suicide is not recommended. At least we can leave the place, and
First is that if you can stop it, you stop it.
Yeah, if you are strong
First
enough,
is-
if your argument is very strong, then we
Yes.
can put him down.
Yes. If you are strong enough, either by argument or even physically, if you can put that person, you can control that person, you do that. That is the first action. The second is said that you have to
Leave
give
the
up the
place.
body if you're not able to do.
Oh, the
Or
second.
the third is that you should not at least hear to the blasphemy. You have to leave the place. So these three options are there when there is blasphemy of the Lord going on. And in this case, saintly sages had the powers. So they are going to punish King Vena. But if we are not having that capability, and of course, giving up the body is not the solution. It's not meant for everybody. One should not attempt all such things. Instead, one can just leave the place. So for us, the option is that if we are not capable to transform and argue and convince others about the supremacy of the Lord, we at least can do our sadhana well and leave this material world. So devotee is generally very humble and meek. He is reluctant to pick a quarrel with anyone. And the devotee is not at all envious of anyone. But when the Lord is blasphemed or his devotee is blasphemed, the pure devotee will get angry. Like how we see the anger of Hanumanji when he burnt Lanka. Anger in the service of Lord is justified. And when Lord Ramachandra was being blasphemed by Ravan, he burnt the entire Lanka. And this is the duty of a pure devotee.
Mataji,
Yes, Mataji.
Mataji, sometimes, when you try to correct them, if there's an argument, if we have like solid points, to
convince
make
them.
argument correct. But those other side, they come out with so many arguments, so many things, then ultimately it leads to bad taste. It
Yes.
leads to a very, bad stage. Then you have no choice, but you think it's better leave them alone because they are foolish.
That's true. That's
They
true.
are no choice.
Mataji, argument also should be with people who are at least ready to accept a different viewpoint.
Yeah,
People
correct.
who are adamant, that is called vidandam, just to prove that they are right, there is no
Yeah.
point in arguing with them. You shouldn't waste your time and energy. Leave them, because a person who is covered with ignorance and also with the point and pride that he has to prove himself right, you cannot convince him, and it's no point to be with them.
Sometimes Mataji, they keep on listening, and
Yes.
later on you get to know, where they are,
Yes.
So it becomes very difficult.
Yes. See, argument is good, logic is good, but there should
Yeah.
be some accepted logical conclusion which both the parties can come to. Though you may not accept it, but there should be some acceptance of the conclusion.
Yes.
If there is
Yes,
no
Mataji.
acceptance, there is no point of debate, Mataji. You should just leave it.
Yes.
So here, Prabhupada mentions that there is a great fault on the part of a devotee if he remains silent and the Lord or his devotee is blasphemous. So this becomes an aparadh. So one has to avoid this. So in this case, tomorrow's shlokas, we are going to see what these rishis and munis are going to do with King Vena. I think it's time up, Matajis. We can stop here. If anybody has any doubts, they can ask. Otherwise, we will continue. And Hare Krishna. Today I see Suguna Vrinda Mataji. Hare Krishna Mataji. It was in Mataji's house in Dubai that I went for Bhagavad Gita classes. Mataji, would you like to add some points?
Hare Krishna. First of all, I was really surprised because Narayani called me at last moment. It was
Yes.
just 10 minutes since she called
Yes.
and okay, let me see. So to your point, if you allow me.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So as rightly, first of all, very excellent, I would say, explanation. I was looking for to hear from Chandrika Mataji, and I saw only Himangi speaking. I saw maybe there is a mutual, swap between both of them.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah. So all the time, what was going in my mind was, that Hema who is to come and say, Mataji, Mataji. Very good. Good news to you. Yeah. So first of all those who are Tamilians, Happy New Year. All who are Malayalis, Happy New Year. Punjabis, Happy Basakhi. Yeah. So only to add on to the point, yes, Vena, was really deadly and very, very dangerous on the position of as a king. King means like father. King means just a representative of the God, who is going to pray God for the well-being of his kingdom, for all living being. He will not have bifurcation of animal, insect, human being. Within the human being also, pious, non-pious, he is going to rectify them. He is going to praise them, all that, yeah, like a mother, like a father, yeah. And one more point is that what we understand in the Bhagavad Gita, very first shloka, very first 1.1, the purport explanation itself says, if the situation comes that Krishna sees that my devotees are in danger, as rightly you said, there'll be a difference of opinions, yeah, the demonic nature of within us. We all have Kamsa and we have Ravana within us. We have Hiranyakashipu, Hiranyaksh within us. Yes, and that's the reason every Dashera we try to burn. They say, oh, it's a fun, hearing Ram Leela and then burning, and seeing that. No, actually, Prabhupada has said in many, many places that this is what awareness has to be given to. What you're seeing from the Leela, you have to, practically understand. As Radhanath Swami Maharaj says, all what you hear, the revolution should be within us. There is always a fight within person about good and bad. As Gopika Radha was saying, that praise is also, one who talks about yourself. Yes, and that's the reason Vaishnava etiquette says that you praise others. When you praise others, you're actually purifying yourself. So even if you see somebody is talking ill about me, somebody is bad, somebody is not good to me, I have done good to somebody and they are not good to me, no problem. Krishna is going to justify. You're not Krishna. Guru is there to justify. You're not Guru. Yeah. So that Shiksha Guru, that Diksha Guru's instructions should be like a life and soul. We open our mouth to only chit chat, and eat. Chit chat, and eat. Actually, what we need to eat is prasadam, and what actually we need to talk is the leelas and the understanding from the. So back to the point is in Bhagavad Gita, Lord is saying, if I find the non-devotees who are troubling my devotees, I will not only punish them, as rightly the discussion was going on. If somebody is blaspheming the Vaishnavas or devotee or Lord, so what we have to do? We have to commit suicide. You rightly said, no, 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 that is not the case. That is said, but that is not the case. That means, what is the meaning is that you should not hear. How you should not hear? As Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself said, that close your ears. First is close your ears immediately. That is the indication to others, oh my God, are we saying something wrong? Because they don't want to accept. That's the Vaishnava. Yeah. Or second is, excuse me, and leave the place. If you're not able to, time, place, circumstances, you cannot even do that. Somebody asked me, Mataji, this is very difficult, to close your ears or leave the place. Sometimes you can. Somebody even asked me, if the Bahu is also Vaishnava and the mother-in-law is also Vaishnava, but
Yes.
sometimes it so happens, difference of opinion of the position and the age experience. So sometimes, we go together to some yatra and different opinions will be there, different experience will be there. And the mother-in-law did not like, I was asking for one chair, they couldn't give me a chair, I wanted to sit, what type of people they are? The mother-in-law says, she doesn't understand how they will manufacture a chair. She can't manage little. She cannot manage. Her age is gone. So we have to step into her shoe. I'm just out of context, please. So thing is, now you cannot leave the place. You cannot close your ears because both are Vaishnavas. Now what is the thing? Now what? So you have to just take a deteriorate. How yet? Yes. Oh, Amma, this time they cooked this thing. That was, I was remembering that recipe that you cooked. Immediately cut down and praise somebody. Everybody likes the praise, but Krishna knows what you have done. Krishna knows what you have done. So likewise, Krishna is saying in Bhagavad Gita, if I give them opportunity, like we know how Krishna was also overlooking, one of the devotee, that he was always, blaspheming him 1 time, 2 time, 100 times. Then what he did? 100th time, he punished. Who was he? Who was he?
Mataji Shishupal.
Exactly. Good. So when Lord can, bear, when Lord can tolerate, are we above the Lord? No, we are not above the Lord. So what Lord is saying, don't worry. I will uproot them. I will pick up and throw them away. Throw them away. They will not be within your vicinity. For that reason, Lord is coming. Yad, yada yadahi, paritranaya. This is the deep meaning. Krishna is saying 1.1. What he is doing? When Kauravas and Pandavas fight happened, he uprooted them. Straight away killed them. Straight away killed them. That is a different story, that they saw Lord and they got the gati. That is different thing. But they couldn't enjoy again. Enjoying the association of Vaishnavas, being together and repeatedly hearing the Leelas every time is going to purify us. So Lord uproots. He's looking, he's taking care. Our endeavor should be tolerate, forgive. These are the qualities that Lord is saying about the divine and demon. Yeah. So rightly, very nicely, class was going on, and what to talk about that on the festival day. Very soon, there'll be full of the house in my house also, because my Prabhu is from Kerala. So we are celebrating Vishu. That's why I'm not coming on screen. So I was running here and there. It's always I don't know whether Himangi remembers. We call people to our house for the feast.
Yes.
30, 40, 50 people will come, you know.
Yes. Yes.
So, Manasa, I will feast you.
Oh, thank you.
Everybody, yes, class was very nice.
Thank you.
Please, every one of us must keep Lord and Lord's instruction top of, yeah. And then is our Shiksha Guru, Diksha Guru. We say when we got Diksha Guru, who is Shiksha Guru? That's why I said Diksha Guru is one, but Shiksha Guru will be many. Why? Because when you're eating, somebody will come and say, see, you should not, while eating, see to it that something falls from your mouth in the plate. Yeah. See, somebody taught you. Somebody even talking, see, you're in distress. There you go. There they are having Bhagavad Gita class, Bhagavatam class. They become your Shiksha Guru. They're in the line of Shiksha Guru. Yeah. Somebody tells you, oh, today I went for a feast and I remembered that you're alone. The kids are not there and the husband is also not. So I thought you will not cook for yourself, or you may call something, or you will be on bread. I brought some prasadam. Eat this. This is good for you. So, importance of prasadam. Importance of how love and care. I learned from my husband, love is just not what we understand in a materialistic way. Love is also caring. Love is also protecting. Yeah. So with that note, we all love you. We are so thankful to this forum, ICF, yeah, and Ashish Prabhu for giving us this beautiful forum on the touch of a button. So many are connected from so many places, yeah, and getting enlightened. Still, people are lazy to connect. Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, once again. So, if no question, because I don't see any questions.
Yes.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Yes, Padma. Yes.
We too love you all, Mataji, for teaching us, for giving us so much shiksha. Thank you so much.
I have a doubt, Mataji.
Yes.
Gopika Mataji and Naimisha Mataji also, they have questions.
Yes, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, Dandvat Pranam. My question is that how does the Lord tolerate even though we do every sinful work? That's my question.
Not tolerate what?
Why? How does the Lord tolerate?
How does the Lord tolerate? Ask your mother how she is tolerating if you are not listening to her.
Oh my God, it was third degree.
No, Nimisha, see, when your mother tells you something or your father tells you something and you don't want to do, how are the parents tolerating it?
Also, one more point, no?
Yes.
Why they are tolerating it? Because they love you.
They love you. Krishna loves all the jivas, so he will tolerate, like children doing anything. Parents love them, so they tolerate.
Yeah.
Suppose you have a younger brother or a sister, and if they're doing some mischief, will you tolerate it or will you go on punishing them?
I'll tolerate, Mataji.
Why?
Because I love them.
That's all. Krishna loves the jivas. He is the supreme father. He is the supreme mother, the well-wisher. So he will also tolerate. He will give them chance. Like Mataji spoke about Shishupal, his cousin brother. 100 offenses Krishna was tolerating, and then only he punished him. Yes, Nimisha?
Yes, Mataji. Thank you, Mataji.
Gopika?
Hare Krishna, Mataji. My question was that in the 10 offenses, I think one of it says to instruct a faithless person about the holy.
Yes.
Then, but how do you, like, if you're preaching something, how do you know that that person is faithless or not?
Okay. So first you start preaching. Then generally you go preach to everybody. But after a point of time, if they start opposing, if they start, blaspheming, or they are actually not accepting what you say, at that point, you have to realize that that person is not interested, he's not having the faith, and you are not supposed to further preach to that person. So initially, you have to preach to everybody, but later when you come to know they are not accepting, then you have to leave.
Also,
like just so mean like when you find out that they're faithless, you're saying just get up and move.
Do they?
So when like when you find out that they're faithless, so you're just saying just get up and move.
Yeah, you don't go again and again behind that person preaching them. You just leave it at that. Don't say anything to them further.
Okay.
But you
Yes.
have to pray. But you
Yes.
but you must pray for that person.
Yeah, you
Because
give them
the
prasadam if they accept.
because the person is not bad, maybe the circumstances, maybe he or she is not enlightened, maybe the
Yes.
time has not come. But let
Correct.
the mercy fall on him or her through your prayers.
Yes.
Like
Okay.
yeah, like one example I'll give. In Damodar month, Hemangi, we used to go door to door, isn't it? In Dubai. Knocking the doors, yeah. Because I knocked her door also.
Yes, 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 yes.
I knocked her door also. So somebody will see from the keyhole, and I can see that they're seeing me, but they will not open, they will not react. So I'm like worried, you know. So the Mataji is with me, they will say, Mataji, we'll go. I'll say, no. I have come to the door, that means will of Lord is there. So the mercy is required. So we'll wait. So I'll wait. One like that incident, the female from inside said, वो आप वो हरे रामा हरे कृष्णा है ना? So I said yes. वो आप लोग वो काला वाला कृष्णा को प्रे करते हो ना? हम लोग गोरा वाला कृष्णा को प्रे करते हैं. इसलिए मुझे आपसे डर लग रहा है. So I don't want to open the door. Please you go.
Yes.
How you are scared of me? I am outside. You are safe in your house. You have locked the door. So whether it's the black or white Krishna, it's end of the day Krishna. So I told all my devotees, she's scared. And she's not completely prepared and enlightened. So we all prayed for her standing there, and we left the place. Yeah. But Mataji, Gopika was the question,
Yes.
right? Gopika, you got your answer. Yeah.
Yes, Mataji.
Not have hatred or negativity for anybody. They may think that you have. That is their thought. End of the day, Krishna will justify that and give them also that enlightenment, and everything will be done. Yeah. Hare Krishna. Okay. Any more questions?
Yeah. Then we can close. I
Hare
think that
Krishna.
time
Thank you
is-
so much, Mataji, for this wonderful reply.
Patita Nam Pavane
Thank you.
अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की शिला प्रभुपाद की ग्रंथराज
Hare
श्रीमद्
Krishna.
भागवतम
Thank
की
you,
जय.
Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna. End the session with your permission, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji.
Yes.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna Mataji.